on the court. A very balanced attack for the Fighting Irish. They're going to need to lean on that here in the 16th meeting between the Tigers and the Fighting Irish. Sydney Palazzolo will serve it, and we're underway, and it's an ace for the senior to start things off.
A good start for Notre Dame. Sydney Palazzolo gets a bit of a break there as it goes off the top of the net, and the Irish strike first.
Palazzolo serves it across, and it's another ace. It's back-to-back aces for Sydney Palazzolo, one of the best servers in the conference.
Yeah, coming in with a tied for team lead, 17 aces, make it 19 now, and good start for Notre Dame.
Was able to control this one. Comes up for a strong swing for Hajdoropovic to come down with the kill. Hajdoropovic, a freshman, played on the Iceland's national team. Clemson on the serve now with Taylor, their libero. Carter with a strong swing, gets it across. Just have to pass it. Schrader behind the back to Lucy Trump. It's dug out. Addie Monson with a beautiful dig. And tracks it down. And Hajdoropovic attacks it into the net. And Notre Dame has a 3-1 lead.
We'll get another look at Hattie Monson's first dig of the day. Just complete pancake, got it with the left hand, maybe the left forearm, and just excellent work by the grad student to keep the point alive for Notre Dame.
Hajdoropovic tracks it down and can't pass it to one of her teammates. And Notre Dame now up 4-1.
And not the start Coach Simpson Kier was looking for. Clemson very sloppy with the ball early on, allowing 2 aces and just struggling to get it over the net.
Sant sets it. Schrader will set it to Langer. And the Irish coming out strong to start the day. Freshman Anna Bjork, middle blocker that serves, has great pace on it. Will push it across. This time has too much. Returns the serve back over to the Tigers. Anne-Marie Yoki had 6 kills in the Tigers contest against Louisville on Friday. She now serves it across. Gardy attacks it into the net, and Clemson within 2.
Yeah, good work on the serve by Joki, just making Notre Dame go a little bit out of system on their own side. Schrader tried a really tough pass all the way across the court and just a little bit behind Gardy, and so she unable to do anything but hit it into the net.
Strong serve there from Yoki, goes out of bounds. Give Lucy Trump and Notre Dame the serve. Trump had 8 kills against Georgia Tech on Friday. Someone who, when she's on the service line, pushes back the opposing team away from the net, targets that back row. Trump this time with the dig. Schrader sets it to the freshman. And a great heavy arm swing from Asia Daly for the kill.
First time we're seeing from Asia Daly, the senior pin attacker from Florida. One of 3 members of this Clemson team with over 100 kills. That's her 102nd of the season. Also a good blocker with 10 solo blocks, so a pretty versatile player close to the net, and is part of that block right there.
Sant sets over to McGrath. And it goes out of bounds, and Notre Dame works the point. And now Gardy. Strong serve. Taylor's able to pass to Armbruster. Sant back to Gardy. Taylor digs it across the net. Sant with the dump over, and what a play from the graduate student, Ella Sant.
Ella Sant is so tricky and so deceptive with this play. She picks her spots, and I mean, there is no way to tell that she is not going to pass that until it's basically on the floor on Clemson's side of the court. She's hitting over 500 this year, so very efficient. When she tries that, it's usually successful.
Palazzolo passes to Schrader. Sant goes to the back row attacking Gardy. Schrader once more tools the block to get the point.
This Clemson team, one of the toughest teams to get kills through the block, and on the second or third try, Schrader finally does. Timeout Clemson on the floor. Irish lead by 5.
Notre Dame up by 5, and a good back and forth start here in set 1 between the Tigers and the Fighting Irish.
I cannot believe that Hajira Djokovic.
For the second time in the last 3 years, Clemson men's soccer is once again national champs.
If Clemson's a stock, you better buy all you freaking can buy right now. Let's
go. The world needs you to tackle the challenges that we are facing. And I believe that your impact at Clemson and across the world will be significant in your lifetime.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like, you know to check the weather first before sailing.
It's gonna get nasty later.
Yep.
Hey, perfect day for sailing, huh? Have fun on land.
I'll go tell the Coast Guard.
Yep.
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Fiona Schrader is tied for the NCAA lead in 6 triple doubles. Really a setter that can do it all. Already picked up her first kill. Whenever she touches the floor, you're gonna have to put her on triple-double watch. Fell 2 kills short of a triple-double on Friday, as Clemson's able to sneak in a point on the line.
Yeah, Jake, it's really impressive what Fiona Schrader can do in her senior season as a setter. And with Ella Sant here in the fold, it's, you know, how does she get playing time? You know, Sant obviously one of the best setters the last 4 years here in her 5th year.
Sant
at
sets the middle
level.
In Langer, and a strong kill there. And Sant showing it right there, how much depth she brings in for Notre Dame to run a 6-2.
Yeah, I mean, you got to get creative if you're Coach Rockwell with so much talent at the setter position, and Schrader is someone who does it all, kills, digs, assists, even gets some blocks sometimes, 24 blocks on the year. No slouch number there. So, again, you mentioned she's always on triple-double watch, and we'll keep a lookout for that the rest of the way.
McGrath failed to get it onto the hardwood. Monson now to serve. Daly, the strong swing. Sant tracks it down, passes up to Palazzolo, who just pushes it across. McGrath once more through the block. McGrath tagging the back row. Dockery's able to dig. Point for Notre Dame after the Georgia off the Clemson Tech blockade comes in contact with the net.
Yeah, longest rally we've seen so far tonight, and Kaylee Dockery was all over the court on that one. 2 digs in that point alone, and give credit to Clemson for continuing to extend the rally, but it's eventually they come in contact with the net, and so Notre Dame grabs the point.
McGrath with a great swing. And McGrath, the junior pin attacker, career high 23 kills against Wofford. The non-con schedule for Clemson. Schrader as one goes out of bounds. Clemson gets a serve right back and picks up the point. Service error there. Returns back to the Irish.
That was extremely close. Tough to tell from our angle, and of course the speed of the ball, but no challenge from Coach Simpson here, so we'll play on, but that's certainly, if it was out, it was not out by that much.
Sets to the leaping McGrath. And Trump off the block gets the kill for Notre Dame.
Yeah, we're really seeing the emergence of Lucy Trump these last couple games. One of the best players on this team when she was a freshman. Didn't have the sophomore year she wanted, but now as a junior, beginning to step back into a prominent role for head coach Rockwell, who says it's all about confidence with her, and right now she's playing with a ton of it.
Oki works it off the block. Notre Dame will pass it across with Schrader. McGrath with the lead in. We'll say Notre Dame came in contact with the net. And it'll be a point for Clemson.
And it looked like maybe Anna Bjork got a piece of the net going up for the block on that one. And free ball over for Clemson. They don't make any mistakes with it. Really like to use those pin attackers on the wings, and got one to go there.
Palazzolo receives it. Schrader saves it up by the net. Palazzolo has it rejected. Trump will just get it across. Notre Dame rejects it at the net with Anna Bjork.
What a huge block from Bjork. Is another free ball, and Clemson goes for the quick set, trying to catch the Notre Dame block, not ready, but Bjork was. 8 solo blocks for her, 42 total blocks, also the most on the team for number 31 in green. The freshman is so valuable in the middle of the court, one of the most underrated players on this team, and she also leads in hitting percentage at a very good .392 mark. So just someone who Coach Rockwell has to be very pleased with to start this season, the freshman out of Wisconsin.
Schrader sets the middle, and Bjork. And the Irish continue to increase their lead here in set 1. Langer blocks it at the net. It goes out of bounds. Great IQ play for the entirety of the Clemson Tigers defense to let it go out.
Yeah, good work as that block went way up in the air off some Notre Dame hands and lands out of bounds. You mentioned the IQ. That's something that Coach Jackie Simpson-Keir really loves in her group, is the IQ level of the Tigers. And you know, it has certainly not been the way they want it to go, especially in conference play right now for Clemson, but you keep playing smart, you stick to what you know best, and that's how you turn things around, right? So if you're the Tigers, you can't start trying to do too much, trying to save balls that are going to go out of bounds. So good work for them to let that one go, and they turned it into a 2-0 run after that kill.
Yeah, Hudodopovic able to spin it around the antenna and pick up the kill. Down 5, trying to cut into this Notre Dame attack. But a service error gives it back to Notre Dame and Lucy Trump.
That's not a great time for a service error, with Clemson seemingly picking up a little bit of momentum, but service goes long, and something Clemson, they are an aggressive service team. Both these teams are, but Clemson especially has struggled with the service errors this season.
Hudodopovic with a great kill going cross court. Hudodopovic with 4 kills on the day.
That ties her season numbers. She came in with 4 and just 2 sets played throughout the team's first 14 matches. So for her, just finding something here today in South Bend.
Clemson's allowed to get in system. Nice play there on the set to Daly. Allows the Irish to go back row attacking with Gardy.
Very clean execution for the Irish. Schrader to Sant, setter's choice. She goes all the way across, and Gardy, no question about it. Strong swing, straight to the floor, no even deflection, just clean as it gets.
Gardy loads up for the serve. Sant from her knees tried to pass it to Palazzolo, who couldn't get it over the net. Kate Hansen, the sophomore, transfer from Texas Tech. Now to serve. A floating serve. What a great serve by Hansen. Found an opening where no one could get to it in time. Monson tried to lay out for it. Schrader trying to sneak it over the block. Grath has it blocked. Langer off balance, pushes it back over the net. Daly, along with Young, able to be a great duo up against the net. And it'll force Salima Rockwell to take a timeout to talk things over with her squad. For between siblings, but for the Sant family, they bring it to a whole new level today. Notre Dame's Ella Sant is a graduate setter for Notre Dame. Her sister Catherine Sant is a sophomore setter, both of them in the mix today for both sides. 35 friends and family have made the around just under 2-hour drive from their town in Western Springs, Illinois to support. That's her dad, Tom, on the end with her mom, Kara, who are in attendance. Tom's got those sunglasses pretty close to his chest and understanding. He's got to cover up some emotion today, understanding this is the last time, as they will not see each other again, Clemson and Notre Dame, that they will play against each other at the collegiate level.
Yeah, what a moment for this family. And we talked to them before the game, and they were calling it a family reunion of sorts. Dinner last night, they tailgated before this game, and you mentioned the sunglasses. He was getting a little emotional during the anthem, and I don't blame him at all. What a moment for the Sant family. Some Clem Dane fans in attendance, some Notre Sun jerseys out there too. As most of the family members wearing some split jerseys like that. They're taking up 5 or 6 rows here in Purcell Pavilion. And you mentioned Tom, father on the right, Northwestern basketball player back in his athletic collegiate career, and Kara, volleyball at Northwestern. So very athletic family, very good family. This is a family that has, you know, you just look at them and you go, wow, like what a moment for them. And you mentioned 35 friends and family. It's such a cool story, and so grateful, Jake, that we get to be part of this for them today here at Purcell Pavilion.
Awesome opportunity for them to see each other go to battle at the collegiate level. What a play from Indigo Young on an island at the net and sets the block.
43 blocks coming into the game for Indigo Young, and makes a great play. You mentioned on an island, no help either to her right or to her left, but timed the jump perfectly, hands perfectly placed over the net, and picks up the solo block.
Sant down to a knee, sets to Palazzolo, and just went the Clemson Tigers on a 4-0 scoring run. The Irish respond.
Palazzolo, the big transfer pickup last year out of High Point, and very strong year last year, second in the ACC in kills per set, and top option still for this Notre Dame offense. You mentioned they are balanced, but they look to get it to 12 more than anyone else.
Johnson with the pass up to Schrader, has it rejected at the net. Dockery tracks it down, and Bjork gets it across. Daly with a great swing. Palazzolo changes speeds to get the kill.
Get another look at that kill from Sydney Palazzolo, but how about the dig from Ella Sant with family and friends in attendance? What a play. And Palazzolo, you mentioned the changeup, just getting it over the block and finding a soft spot in the Clemson defense. And if you're Clemson, you're just thinking, how can we win a point? They're in this set, but a point like that, getting away from them, that's one of the reasons why they're 0-3 so far. I know they've had very tough competition against some of the best teams in the conference, but 2 free balls over, that's a point that if you're a Tigers fan, you're saying, how did we not win that one? If you're a Notre Dame fan, you're just saying, wow, what an effort to find a way. A couple points in this game have been very scrambly. Not a lot of in-system play so far for either team, and it's Notre Dame that's just been slightly better after the first 36 points.
Yeah, Jackie Simpson-Kear, the head coach for the Clemson Tigers, told us earlier this week she understood that it was going to be long rallies. She's in her 4th season as the head coach of Clemson. Longtime assistant, then took over the reins as the head coach. She's got a great playing performance as well as an All-American at Wisco.
Yeah, 2 years an All-American setter at the University of Wisconsin, as you mentioned, Jake. Joined the staff as an assistant coach in 2017, got the promotion in 2021, and has done a good job with the program on the rise. This Clemson volleyball program is improving. It's in the ACC, which is a great way to get your program to get on the rise, one of the top conferences, if not the top conference, right there with the Big Ten, Simpson-Kear was telling us. And, you know, with some of the good teams, Stanford, Louisville, just, it is a good conference, there's no doubt. And so playing against teams like that is how you grow the ranks. And Salima Rockwell is the same philosophy, 3-time All-American setter, so 5 years of All-American setting between these two head coaches. Rockwell here looking for her 30th win of the season in her 3rd year at Notre Dame. It's been getting better every single year. It's about how can they keep that progress up.
Great connection between the two benches as well. Simpson-Kear was a player against Salima Rockwell when she was an assistant at Penn State. Both of them telling us earlier this week, understanding how they operate through their extended relationship with each other at the Big Ten level. Notre Dame, 4 points away now from claiming a set 1 victory. And Coach Rockwell's fired up. And Notre Dame doing a really good job of not extending the court. Young blocked at the net. And Daly finds the back corner for the kill.
A great swing from Daly, perfectly placed in the back corner. For her, it's her 2nd kill of the game. She also has a block and a dig, so good start for her in this first set.
Hododopovic gets it across. Sant sets to Schrader, has it rejected. Notre Dame will try on the opposite side of the court. This time it's successful for Sydney Palazzolo.
We talked in the open about Morgan Gardy's ability to get it over the Georgia Tech block, and right now it's Sydney Palazzolo getting it over the Clemson block. Now, 2 times in the last couple minutes where she's used that light tap and found space. A lot of space between the Clemson block and their back line, and Palazzolo has taken advantage of it.
Schrader gets it to Palazzolo again. And now Notre Dame at set point.
Yeah, the offense starting to warm up for the Irish. 5 kills for Palazzolo, hitting .364 as well. She's someone who can struggle with efficiency, but right now is hitting, as I mentioned, .364, and an ace will do it.
And it's an ace to end the first set. A Fighting Irish victory who took control from the first point all the way to the last here in this first set. Clemson looking to respond in the conference play. Can they find it here in this second set? McGrath to serve for the Tigers. Trump will pass it across. Sant behind the back, up to Yorkie. And Palazzolo pushing through the blockade and the deflection. It's Notre Dame the first point of the second set.
And we see Anna Bjork pick up an assist. That doesn't happen that often. She's more of a blocker for this Notre Dame team. Coming into the game with only 8 assists. So rare sight for sure.
An attacking error from Clemson. How's Notre Dame increase their lead to 2 here? Service error from Palazzolo. Allows Clemson to send Devin Taylor, their all-star libero, to serve. But Simpson Kier told us earlier this week how competitive Taylor is. Someone that consistently wants to get better and be the best she can be. And someone that wants to be just like that is Lucy Trump, an competitive player herself that is playing with confidence, and it showed so far in ACC play.
Yeah, Trump has been definitely a surprise contributor for Notre Dame so far. They're looking to her a lot. She's not the tallest outside hitter, but she's very good at getting it through the block. We talked about Gardy getting it over the block. Trump is more through the block, and she's had a lot of success with that early on this year. Strong player for Coach Selima Rockwell, and with Ava Lang still not available, she's going to have to continue, Trump is, to be an important part for this Notre Dame attack, and doing a good job holding her own and filling in right now is number 7 in green.
Dodopovic tacks it into the net. And a Bjork now to serve. Dodopovic gets it back and tools the block beautifully to get the point.
Yeah, Layla Sara Hadrojapovic came into the game, Jake, with 2 sets played, so she's already tied that. 4 kills on the season, now she's beat that. So out of nowhere, number 5 in white has been an impact player for Clemson, and you know, if they can maybe get her going a little bit, maybe Coach Simpson Kier was talking about the depth of this Clemson team and how they use a lot of different players on this team. They have 10 players with at least 30 sets played. And for Hadrojapovic, maybe she works her way into that rotation. Coach Simpson Kier loves to use the bench, so performances like this, it's hard to take her off right now.
Langer with a great kill for the Irish to put them up 3. Trump serves it out of bounds. Turns it over to Clemson, and there's a really interesting talking point with both coaches is understanding both Clemson and Notre Dame have great depth on their roster, how they are consistently subbing in and getting fresh arms and fresh feet onto the court. And I think Simpson Kier told it best to us. The ACC is just such a physical conference that 6 players alone cannot play to the level that the ACC demands. It requires a bench, and it requires multiple people to play key roles that might not start.
Yeah, that was exactly a great point, Jake, is Coach Simpson Kier was basically saying not only is it too physically demanding, but too mentally demanding to play, basically to never come off the court in ACC play. That's why Clemson has dipped into their bench so frequently, and Notre Dame as well, with 9 players with at least 30 sets played. So both these teams understand the value of keeping your players fresh and getting new faces into the game when need be. And yeah, it's just too tough. In such a tough conference, you cannot be extremely top heavy. Of course, you're going to have your best player, your best 2 players, but good block there by the Tigers. One of the things they do well, and one of the things they're able to do well because they have so much depth.
Yeah, Daly McGrath able to time it beautifully. Palazzolo with the cross-court kill. It's almost automatic at this point. Now her 7th kill of the day. Clemson gets it across. Daly trying to sneak it by Dockery. Gets it over to Sant, and close by the net, dumps it off.
Just so smart is Ella Sant, doing it in front of family today. Now 2 for 2 on the kills for her, so hitting 1,000, and we've seen her just be so creative with that all season long. Something she does extremely well. Nicole Drunick last year for Notre Dame, who came in to set as a graduate transfer, did it well as well, but Sant is arguably doing it even better in her year as a graduate transfer setter.
It'll be a timeout here for the Clemson Tigers with the Fighting Irish up 5. Notre Dame continuing their hot start from set 1 here into set 2.
Knock, knock. #1 broker here for the #1 hitmaker.
Thanks for swinging by, Carl.
No problem. So what are all those for?
This lets me adjust the bass, add more guitar, maybe some drums.
Wow, so many choices.
Yeah, like Schwab. I can get full-service wealth management, advice, invest on my own, and trade on Thinkorswim.
You know Carl is the only front man you need.
Oh, I gotta take this, Carl. It's Schwab.
Schwab.
Have a choice in how you invest with Schwab.
I'm Jordan Heidema, and soccer is just one part of my story. Jordan outside of soccer is a little bit different than Jordan in soccer. I have moments where I can be silly, I have moments where I can be serious, and you definitely get a sneak peek into who I am with what I wear. Off field, I mean, like street style, baggy stuff. I don't think there's like a gender in clothes. Whatever you feel confident in, go rock it. TJ Maxx. Maxx what makes you, you.
Notre Dame playing some really good volleyball on this Sunday. They lead by 5. Notre Dame playing some really good volleyball on this Sunday. They lead by 5. What have you seen from the Irish that have allowed them to be so dominant?
Offense. It's all about the offense right now for Notre Dame. Clemson's a team that limits opposing teams coming into this game to a hitting percentage under 200. Notre Dame today hitting 317 and 625 in this second set. 5 players hitting 400 or better. I know it's a small sample size, but you have to be happy if you're Notre Dame with how efficient your offense is. After kind of a slow start in that first set, but since the very few first points of that first set, they've been almost untouchable offensively.
Schrader touches the net and gives the point over to Clemson.
That's a good. Sorry, Jake, that's a good point for Clemson. When they took the timeout in the first set, we went to break, we came back. Notre Dame still had the momentum and won the next 2 points. So maybe we build a run coming off a timeout. Certainly wouldn't be the first time that's ever happened.
Sant serves for Clemson. And it proves beneficial with an attacking error from Notre Dame.
Schrader just hit that one out of bounds. Couldn't tell if it went long or sideways, but either way, good work by the Clemson block. We'll see if they can start to get going a little bit. Of course, we talked about Notre Dame's offense being efficient, and one way to counter that is with the block or the dig. Wow.
What a dig for the Clemson Tigers on an attack, this time from Bjork. Raines couldn't get it that time, but a great dig from Raines to preserve the point for Clemson for the time being at that moment.
Yeah, Addie Raines, freshman out of Yorktown, Illinois, one of 7 Clemson Tigers with at least 50 digs this year. Going back to that point about their depth.
Young pushes it over the block. Great move by the middle hitter, Indigo Young. The transfer from Charleston Southern. Rath now serves. And Trump gets it across. Jojopovic does a great job once again, working the out of bounds line to set up for a great kill.
Yeah, feed the hot hand, does Catherine Sant, and Jojopovic gets it over and lands it perfectly inside right along the line. She is having a career day right now.
Bjork enters the conversation to get the point.
And Bjork now 3 for 3, as you were just saying, Jake. So Notre Dame with 2 players hitting exactly 1,000, her and Sant. 2 players right in the middle of the court.
Jojopovic works it off the block. And the Tigers within 2. Trying to get tied in this second set.
She's becoming a storyline today, Jake, isn't she? A game where not much has gone right for Clemson, but she's been a shining bright star for them.
Gardy continues to be a bright star for this Notre Dame freshman class. She picks up the kill. It's an hour and 15 away from Notre Dame in Angola, Indiana. Came in as the 6th best player by Volleyball Magazine. Coach Rockwell talked about how big of a pickup Gardy was for Notre Dame to be able to try and create a culture and get bigger and physical up at the net.
Yeah, it's something Notre Dame really struggled with last year was the blocking, and they made an effort to go out, and you could do it 2 ways. You could do it through the transfer portal, or you could do it through the freshman incoming class, and they chose to do it with freshmen. You got Grace Langer, Anna Bjork, and Gardy as well, more of a tall attacker, but they got taller, and you know, volleyball is one of those sports where you don't have to be tall, but it helps to be tall. A lot of sports are like that. So obviously you need the talent to go along with the height, and Gardy's got both, and the freshman class for Notre Dame that they brought in this year, all of them have the skills to go along with the size.
The freshman class, 13th best class by Prep Dig for Notre Dame. They are out of system here. Gardy comes in to try and get it over, but Sant gives back a taste of Notre Dame's own medicine and gets the kill herself, and now Clemson and Notre Dame tied at 12 apiece. Rockwell taking the timeout to talk things over. Clemson doing a great job to come storming back here.
Yeah, this is a huge fight back for them. Talking about it at the beginning of the set, are they going to have a response? What's it going to be like? And they went down early, 9-4. They trailed. They took a timeout, and they came out, been super strong since then. 8-3, they're up since then. And great recovery for them as they get back into this game.
Yeah, for Notre Dame, they've been leaning on their freshmen, and they have made an impact since getting onto campus.
Yeah, 3 of the top freshman recruits in the entire nation, combining to make, as you mentioned, 13th best recruiting class, 2nd best in the ACC. A lot of good stuff combined between those 3 players, Bjork and Langer in the middle, Gardy on the outside leading the way with those 88 kills, but 42 blocks from Anna Bjork to go with 84 kills. I mean, that is an unbelievable combination, and to go along with that hitting percentage, came in 392, and she's hitting 1,000 right now today. And just, you like to see freshmen come in and play, right?
Yeah.
And to make such an impact like this is even more impressive for these 3 Irish players.
Talked to Salima Rockwell preseason. Coach, what was the recruiting process like to get such a stout group? And she said Notre Dame sells itself. It's just then we have to sell them on the vision we are building, where their assistant coaches of Sarah Matthews and Craig Dyer to really set up for a program to be a dominant program in the ACC. And so far, in Coach Rockwell's 3rd year, it's looking to build upon it. Clemson tied with Notre Dame. Yorkie will go back to serve for the Tigers, trying to grab their first lead of the day. Hadrodrapovic will do just that. And the Tigers have their first lead of the day.
And Layla Sara Hadrodrapovic now leads all players with 9 kills. That was not on my bingo card coming into the game, but they've been going her. She's now tied for almost one back of the team lead with 13 attempts and 9 kills, so hitting 462. I mean, just the hot hand right now.
Sant tried to dump it over again. Morgan Gardy off the deflection. Is able to tie it back with Clemson.
Yeah, off the hands of Mia McGrath in the back row for Clemson. She was disappointed in herself that she was unable to come up with that one, but that's what Morgan Gardy will do to you. It's sneaky speed and much harder to dig than you'd anticipate.
Hadrodrapovic gets it across, missed timing from Langer and Schrader. Hadrodopovic has it blocked. And the Tigers can't corral it. Now Notre Dame back in front.
And Clemson's offense has started to come alive. Notre Dame was pulling ahead in this game because of their offense, and now Clemson's offense starting to match them, hitting 250 this set, but Notre Dame does a good job getting the block there to kind of settle it down a little bit and retake the lead.
Bailey tried to go cross court, just a little too much on it. Bailey comes from athletic family. Her father played football at Ventura College in Ventura, California as a quarterback. Trump now serves. Service error for the junior from Florence, Kentucky. Service error on the other side. Monson does a great job to get out of the way of it.
You know, see Hattie Monson go down to her knees to read that, and certainly great work by her. Is, you know, there's a lot of different ways. But that one just tried to put it perfectly in the back corner, and Monson does an even better job making sure that it lands in the green.
Notre Dame comes in contact with the net. Notre Dame, for the point, brought in Mallory Bull. Coming in just for her third set played. Bull in number 11 for the Irish. And a strong swing that time. It's Notre Dame the point. Irish trying to build upon some momentum they have here. Brewster up against the net. Brewster behind the back to Daly. Sant drops it off again. What a lethal attack from the setter.
She is so creative with that. I mean, what more can you say? There is no way to know that that is coming until it's already landed on your side of the court, and Clemson has had no answer, and no team really this year has had an answer for Sant when she does that, and Clemson's best response is to call their second timeout and try to recoup, as Notre Dame has not been in control of this second set as they were in the first, but they've done enough to have this 3-point lead, and Clemson, you got to feel that you're in it, but you're still trailing by 3, Jake, and that's not where they want to be in set number 2, already down 1-0.
And for Notre Dame, they have no answer to Hadrodopovic, who has come in and is having a career night right now.
Yeah, 9 kills for Hadrodopovic, who came into the game with 4 and only 2 sets played. And she's just, I mean, she's just finding a way with a strong right arm, whether it's through the block, around the block. She's really tried to go to the short side, the strong side a lot. And we get to look at one of those here, just putting proper spin on it so it's tough to block, and sometimes it's going block out of bounds, sometimes it's going off the block and onto the ground. You get a look at the splits between her in her first 14 games and today. And again, just 2 sets played in those first 14 games.
Just crazy jump that she's been able to have here today. Youngest member of the senior national team for Iceland. She's highly touted as the best player in Iceland at the high school level back in 2021, and has come to the collegiate ranks in her freshman year, and here at South Bend has had a coming out party to show the ACC she's here to play.
Yeah, standing at 6'3", so one of the taller players on this Clemson team that doesn't have a lot of size, and as you mentioned, the freshman out of Iceland. If she can get going, this is a storyline for Clemson, because my guess is very few people would know about her in the ACC just because she's only played 2 sets in 14 games. So a performance like this is going to put her on the radar for the rest of the conference.
Sant gets it to Bull off the slide. Palazzolo around the block. Taylor with the pass. Up to McGrath. It's blocked, and Bull pushes it out of bounds.
Yeah, not a bad job by the Notre Dame block getting up there, but break for Clemson as it lands in the green, and see if they can turn this into something. That's not going to help.
Catherine Sant serves it out of bounds. But now Fiona Schrader to serve. Sant chases it down close against the net. And Yorkie can't find the hardwood. Notre Dame 5 away from grabbing the second set. Johnson with the pass to Palazzolo. And Sydney Palazzolo picks up her 8th kill. A 6 rotation player for Notre Dame, can really do it everywhere.
Yeah, she's really improved this year at doing it from the back line. We saw her from the pin in the front line there, but she's doing it, as you mentioned, Jake, 6 rotation, someone who can stay in the game now longer as an asset more than a liability on the back line, and really credit to her for that development in her game, and just another piece of the puzzle for Coach Rockwell as they try to get back to 500 in conference play.
McGrath sneaks it over the top of the net. Schrader setting to Bjork, and what a nifty move by Schrader and Bjork.
And Bjork just doing enough to get it over. Low pass from Schrader, and a little bit of miscommunication on the Clemson block. So get another look, just off the left hand of Indigo Young, and no one there to save it in white.
Sant behind the back to Yorkie. Gardy loads up. Point will be for Notre Dame after the net violation for Yorkie.
And Maria Yorkie was someone we had circled coming into this game, Jake, and she's been very quiet so far. Give credit to Notre Dame for some part of that, but no kills yet for Yorkie, who came in as one of the top options on this Clemson roster, second with 137 kills.
Palazzolo showing why she's option 1 for Notre Dame. And Notre Dame at set point before heading into the intermission. Sant behind the back to Yorkie, and it's pushed over by Gardy, and Notre Dame remains dominant in set 2. Here today. Clemson still searching to find a set victory in conference play. First time going up against an unranked team so far in the ACC schedule. Palazzolo can't dig it out, and Clemson opens up the 3rd set with the first point.
And it's another new face on the court for Clemson. Number 22 in white is Mia Moore, coming into the game with only 4 sets played in the 14 matches and 6 kills. So Clemson really trying to do it all. And Moore, we were watching Jake in warm-ups, and she has a very strong swing. I was like, wow, who's that? And I was shocked to see that she hasn't got that much playing time, because she really does have a powerful arm, and we got to look at it in the first point of set 3.
Gardy gets it across the net. McGrath tried to sneak it beyond the block, but Lucy Trump's just too smart for it.
Yeah, not a traditional block for Trump. A little bit of a light tap attempt from McGrath, but Trump flicks that wrist, smacks that ball down, and nothing Clemson can do with it.
She's got a little swagger in her walk as well after that one. Great block on the other side between the freshman duo, Gardy and Langer.
Yeah, back-to-back blocks for Notre Dame, and there's that freshman duo. We were touching on them in set 2. Just so difficult to get it around. Part of this much improved Notre Dame blocking game, and 2 points for the Irish in set 3, both coming via the block.
Graf gets it over the block. Schrader behind the back, up to Trump, and Trump with a great swing.
Lucy Trump loves that strong side, going to the right of the block, flirting with the touchline, the sideline, but managing to have it go off a Clemson player and into the green for the point. And Notre Dame will certainly take that as they get another ace. And the bow and arrow celebration, Jake, one of my favorite parts of this Notre Dame team. They have a lot of energy right now.
Anna Bjork with the service ace. Clemson grabbed the first point of this third set. It's been Notre Dame the rest of the way on a 4-0 scoring run. Free ball over the middle. Langer tried to set it down. Moore does a great job to keep it alive. Schrader up to Langer. Snuck it beyond the block of Symington. Free ball over the net. Langer is called for a lift.
Yeah, a little bit of a sloppy point by both teams. Clemson comes away with it, but I don't think either coach is going to be pleased with how that point transpired. Langer had that free ball, and give credit to Mia Moore for the dig, and then Clemson had a free ball, and they hit it over the net on one pass. So certainly room for improvement for both teams on that point.
A block by Langer, and she's emotional. Notre Dame, what a point.
3 blocks already in this set. Clemson goes out to the right to Daly, and she's had trouble with the blocks so far in this game, and another example.
Graf, I just think it by the block. Schrader chases it down. And Gardy can't get it over the net.
A little bit of a scramble for Notre Dame out of system, and Schrader gives a very high pass to Gardy, who just can't time the jump properly and mishits it into the net. So Clemson done a good job settling it down after a strong start for Notre Dame. And just think, if they were just able to get a couple more of these attacks through the blocks, how much different this set would be and how much this game would be different. You think back to the second set, Clemson was in it with a 14-13 lead and unable to do much with that lead, and now in a very tough position down in the 2-0 hole.
Great job by Symington, changing directions on the shot, and now Clemson within 1.
Yeah, much different personnel out there. Kate Symington picking up just her 4th kill of the year, so I mean, why not try something different? What you've been doing hasn't been working, so give credit to Coach Simpson Kier for at least trying to get creative, and these new breath of fresh air for the Tigers coming in and doing their job early on.
Gardy now has a block with Langer, and the block party has entered Purcell.
Wow, I mean, what more can you say other than just appreciate how good the Notre Dame block is on that far side, and Langer's been a big part of that. Now 6 points for Notre Dame, 4 of them on the block in this set.
Gardy serves it into the net. And Clemson in tune with Taylor to serve. Palazzolo with a great swing. Rupovic has a good swing herself. With the pass to Daly, Bull kept it alive. Great rally between these two sides. Defense showing out. Hadrojapovic gets the deflection and a point for the Tigers.
Yeah, what a rally that was, Jake, and easily the longest one of the match and one of the longest ones we've seen this season for Notre Dame. And Clemson comes away with it off the deflection. You mentioned the defenses showing out, certainly were on that point. Both liberos getting involved with some digs, and eventually it's the Tigers who come away with the game-tying point.
Sant with the pass up to Palazzolo. Goes out of bounds. Clemson in the lead.
Yeah, by and large, Clemson has been the better team in this third set. Just a couple big blocks from Notre Dame, but you think about how many of them and how unlikely it is for that pace of block to continue. Notre Dame's points right now are coming in unique ways, and Clemson has been like more in system for sure in this set, and just tied, but Notre Dame's gonna have to improve if they want to complete this sweep, because Clemson has come out with a little bit of, you know, new personnel and a lot of motivation to win their first set in ACC play, and Irish do take the lead. Couple too many mistakes, though, for the Tigers are hindering them right now.
Monson serves for Notre Dame. Hadrojapovic has it go out of bounds. And just as the Clemson Tigers are able to claim a lead, Notre Dame has come firing back. Now up 2 with Monson. Sant sets the middle. And a great block there by Hansen.
Yeah, Kate Hansen was 7 solo blocks, 42 total blocks coming into the game out of Texas, the sophomore. Great presence right by the net for Coach Simpson Kier, and gets the big block there to kind of slow the momentum down. And you could see look of determination on her face there, knowing there's still a lot of work to do, but got to start somewhere.
Sant gets it to Bjork. Now a great swing from Moore. It's Clemson the point.
You certainly have to like what you're seeing from Mia Moore early on in this third set. Very strong, noticeably powerful left-handed swing for her. And again, not much playing time so far for her this year. This is just her 5th set of the season. But getting an opportunity here in South Bend and trying to make the most of it. 2 kills already for her in this set.
So Trump comes back onto the court along with Fiona Schrader, who's now into serve. Schrader today has had a quiet day thus far. Only 1 kill, 13 assists for Diggs. Great job by Taylor to dig it out. Point for Notre Dame off the left. Notre Dame was already celebrating, but a whistle finally came.
I think maybe 2 touches by one player. Referee standing, making the call, blocking our view, Jake, so tough to see it from our vantage point, but no matter what, Notre Dame picks up the point. And you know, Schrader, you mentioned the quiet day from her, hitting in the negatives right now, but still always a threat, and that's service right there. The topspin service caught Clemson very off guard in that point. And another one there creates a free ball, so it's not an ace for Schrader, but certainly helping Notre Dame be in control of this point.
Trump works a block to get the point. You see Trump doing a great job. Schrader with a speedy serve. Allows Notre Dame to set up Palazzolo for a kill.
Palazzolo, first kill of the third set. And we get another look at that as Coach Simpson-Kier calls timeout. Schrader does a great job. Monson picks up the assist. 2 great bump passes, and Notre Dame with a 4-point lead, looking to sweep the Clemson Tigers.
Jackie Simpson-Kier calls a timeout, wants to talk things over. Irish continuing a dominant day in South Bend. They lead here in this third set. What are we thinking?
Knock, knock. #1 broker here for the #1 hitmaker.
Thanks for swinging by, Carl.
No problem. So what are all those for?
This lets me adjust the bass, add more guitar, maybe some drums.
Wow, so many choices.
Yeah, like Schwab. I can get full-service wealth management, advice, invest on my own, and trade on Thinkorswim.
You know Carl is the only front man you need.
Oh, I gotta take this, Carl. It's Schwab.
Have a choice in how you invest with Schwab.
He murdered a father of 3, sentenced to life in prison. Kamala Harris pushed to use tax dollars to pay for his sex change.
I made sure that they changed the policy so that every transgender inmate would have access.
It sounds insane because it is insane. Kamala was the first to help pay for a prisoner's sex change.
The power that I had, I used it in a way that was about pushing for the movement, frankly, and the agenda.
Kamala's agenda is they, them, not you.
I'm Donald J. Trump.
And a big reason why has been Clemson's attack. They have not been hitting well, and that has been a common theme for them so far in ACC play today. Hitting at .077. You look at their first 3 ACC games, and it's been somewhat tough swinging for them.
Yeah, certainly not numbers you'd like to see. If you're a Clemson fan, those hitting percentages are borderline unsustainably low. So for that to be a trend for them through 3+ ACC games, and you give them a little bit of a pass in those first 3. Those are some of the best teams, not only in the conference, but in the country. But today, it has not improved when I think they should be expecting it to. And so now you start to worry, like, is this going to become a season-long theme for us?
Dockery will just get it across. Armbruster behind the back. Elder to Popovich. Schrader goes chasing it down, but can't get there.
Yeah, hitting -115 in this third set. When if backs are against the wall facing elimination, you're hitting negative. It's not a good sign for the Tigers, but they do get the kill there. So maybe a sign of some improvement.
Palazzolo gets it over the block. Taylor with a pass up to Moore. And with the pass to McGrath. It's too far out of bounds.
Yeah, just another attacking error for the Tigers. A little bit out of system as Addie Raines in the back with the pass, a little bit behind her intended target, and Clemson with the error.
Schrader brings it back. Palazzolo just get it over. Armbruster up to Moore. And Notre Dame stays away from it. The Fighting Irish up 6.
It certainly just seems like Moore mishit that slightly. But another example, free ball over for Clemson and unable to take advantage of it. One of the things they're gonna have to clean up if they want to stay competitive in this very tough conference. When you get an opportunity for a free ball, it's one you really have to take advantage of.
Schrader up to Gardy, and it's now a 7-1 scoring run for the Fighting Irish. And it'll be another timeout from Jackie Simpson-Kier to talk it over. She'll be out of timeouts here for the remainder of this third set. And Clemson down 7 with the Irish in firm control.
Yeah, Don't hate this timeout. It's early to have both timeouts gone, but Clemson in the doghouse right now. Really momentum, score, recent trends, like nothing is going their way, so you have to do your best if you're Coach Simpson here to try to change that a little bit. Use the timeout here, try to get something going, build some momentum the rest of the set. You never know. It's certainly not over, but long hill to climb.
And they got a little bit of a homestand next weekend where they take on the Virginia teams in Virginia and Virginia Tech back at Jervey Arena. Then they go back on the road, and they have a back-to-back, a home and home with Georgia Tech in the midweek, and then on a Friday to set up for a home contest against Wake Forest. It is a daunting schedule for the Tigers upcoming, trying to find themselves a set win in ACC play. And on the other side for Notre Dame, after opening the first 2 weekends at home, they head the road for the first time in the ACC.
Yeah, they go down to Florida to take on Miami and number 16 Florida State. Back home, NC State, Wake Forest, and then another tough match against SMU, who's been having a very strong start to their season in ACC play for the first time. All those games you can find here on the ACC Network Extra. Jake and I will be back with you on October 18th for that NC State game, which should be a good one. Clemson also playing NC State coming up, so common opponents, and we'll have it all here on the ACC Network Extra.
I think it might be a good time. I won't be on that 18th game right with you.
No way.
So, yeah, Palazzolo swings it across. McGrath tools the block well to get the point for the Tigers. Clemson off the timeout, able to build some momentum.
Yeah, why not? You win a point, you never know, right? So become so accustomed to having you on my left here, Jake, so it's going to be different dynamic, but it'll be good friend Will Eck doing that game on the 18th, and he's an excellent commentator as well, so it should be a great show.
Pushed by Trump over the net. And Bjork has rejected, but Gardy with a kill. What a kill from the freshman.
And Morgan Gardy, we talked about her in the open, career high 18 kills just a day and change ago, and not going to beat that tonight, but hitting efficiently at 263, also 4 blocks and 4 digs. So balanced player and an ace for Notre Dame, Anna Bjork, and the bow and arrow comes back out.
Bjork with a great serve. Fighting Irish 6 away from sweeping the Tigers. Bjork with the pass up to Trump. Symington has it go across. McGrath. The great swing, target in the back corner. Palazzolo couldn't get there in time.
Get a good look at Mia McGrath, junior out of Illinois. A couple Illinois talents on this Clemson team, playing right next to their home state today.
Langer mishits it, and it's a point for the Tigers. Clemson traveled well here in South Bend. Had a bunch of tailgates out in the parking lot before the day's games. Sant family had a big one along with their 35 friends and family, but purple and orange have come to South Bend. It's been the Irish dominating on the court. What a dig by Sant to go track it down. Now the Irish with Lucy Trump tools the block to get the point.
Yeah, Trump's first kill attempt of that point went off the top of a block, and you mentioned great dig from Sant to keep it alive, but his second one off the block and well out of bounds, so Notre Dame now just 5 points away. And to that point, the first 100 or so fans in this game, a great portion of those were wearing orange and purple, so Clemson, despite their struggles early this season, they definitely travel well, and not a surprise with such a prominent school in the ACC.
Behind the back to Trump. Taylor sets for McGrath. Palazzolo was behind backing up Trump. McGrath again. Langer on the slide. Gives Clemson another opportunity, and the door is opening here.
You can sense the desperation a little bit from Clemson. That was a great point for them. Devin Taylor, excuse me, with a couple digs on that point. She's been silently having a pretty solid game with 15 now on the digs.
Already off the top of the block. It's a big point. Irish 4 points away. Symington off the slide. Gardy with a back row attack. And Gardy really leaning into her 6 positions that she can play on the court.
Yeah, and give credit too to Ella Sant for the pass, completely catching Clemson off guard. It certainly looked like she was going to go to one of the attackers in the front line, but goes to Gardy in the back. And yeah, you mentioned 6 rotation player, does it from the back middle. Sant now with 11 assists, 8 digs, and a 1,000 hitting percentage, so a strong game in front of her family. And on the other side, the other Sant, Catherine Sant, 9 assists, 4 digs, and a kill herself. It's not a bad day for either of the Sants.
Sant family was telling us pregame, both of them ultra competitive. They both wanted this game, understanding this would be the last time they would square off against each other. The first time and last time at the collegiate ranks that sister v sister would occur. And what it looks like right now, it will be Ella Sant walking away and owning going into Christmas when they're back together again, potentially.
Yeah, you always wonder how that first get together after a game like this is going to go, especially with how competitive both girls are, as both coaches confirmed, and their parents for that matter. But what they also all confirm is that the relationship between Catherine and Ella is so awesome, and a little bit as the younger sister, but great relationship there. As Coach Simpson here was telling us, it's just, quote, a family you want to root for. And they're doing a lot of rooting right now, and Tom has actually ditched the sunglasses, gone with the traditional glasses, so as the game's gone on, the emotions have died down a little bit, it seems. And that was what Simpson here thought the game would be like. With such competitive players, you expect that, in the moment of the game, it's just a competition. Before and after the game is where the emotions are really going to come out, and we saw them before the game, and we'll probably see them after the game as well. And Notre Dame hoping that happens within the next few minutes.
Yeah. Sant family, win or lose on either side, wins today. Great opportunity for the Sant family to play against each other and see their 2 daughters play against each other. Brothers Thomas and Danny in attendance as well. Full family affair, along with their 35 friends and family who've made the trek here to South Bend. Irish 3 points away from splitting the weekend after an emotional loss to Georgia Tech on Friday. Fighting Irish trying to get to 2-2. Clemson risks falling to 0-4 in the conference. Sant tried to lay out for it, couldn't get over in time.
The 13th kill now for Layla Sarah Hadjira-Jopovic, who has been not a lone bright star, but one of the few bright spots for this Clemson team. All set up though by the dig from Devin Taylor, who has now got 16 in the game for her. Quiet, strong performance from her. Number 16 in orange, as you see on screen. Now back at the service line. Clemson's closed the gap a little bit here. Don't turn this one off just yet.
Service ace from Taylor. As Monson and Palazzolo collide, and the Clemson Tigers back within it. Name just needs 3 though, but Clemson trying to find their first set victory in conference play. Taylor doing a great job leading the way at the service line. Sant up against it, and another point for Clemson after Sant comes in contact with the net, and it will be a timeout for Notre Dame. And Coach Salima Rockwell wants to quiet things down. And the Tigers, 2 points away from tying it back up, 5 points away from claiming the set victory.
Yeah, 5-0 scoring run for the Tigers in what is the last road game in a little while for them, or I shouldn't say last, but there's 5 of their next 6 games will be at home, as we had showed their upcoming schedule just a few moments ago. And that home, Jake, has seen some renovation recently, and it's a big talking point on that Clemson campus.
Yeah, Jervy Gymnasium really packed out to take on Pitt, and it was in the heart of Hurricane Helene and what the after effects would be, but they reached a capacity crowd, and Coach Jackie Simpson-Keir told us earlier this week how touching it was to see how much the Clemson community was dealing with all of the ramifications from the hurricane, but they still atmosphere for their student athletes.
Yeah, the team, Coach Simpson-Keir, they were blown away by the fan support after the hurricane. And you know, that new gym, Jervy Gymnasium, Coach was saying that the alumni can't even believe it's the same 4 walls. That's how much renovation, how much care it got. She was saying that the players, it took them a little bit of there was an adjustment period for the brand new facilities, a bizarre feeling at first. And of course, with the fans waiting, literally waiting outside the door to go watch Clemson and Pitt in the Clemson's first ACC games of the year. And I mean, it's just an unbelievable story there. It's part of the way this program is going to rise up a little bit is stuff like that. And again, alumni couldn't believe how cool the new gym looks. And Clemson will get a chance to play 5 games there in the next 3 weekends.
Schrader off the block. Sant sets off to Hansen. Now Schrader again, and a great kill from Fiona Schrader. Finished the point on Jervy Gymnasium. They ultimately rose the ceiling 15 feet and reallocated 1,400 square feet in the gym to allow for a team room, a better locker room, and all part of a new dining hall that allows all student athletes an ability to get first-class meals. And now Notre Dame at match point. Radojic gets it through the block. And the Clemson Tigers serve once more and try and keep their hopes alive of grabbing a set.
Radojic, 14th kill. I mean, this is a game she's going to think about for a long time. Obviously, not looking like the team result she was hoping for. Still time to change that, but a lot needs to go right for Clemson. But 14 kills, a career high for her. More than 3 times as many as she had the whole season coming into today.
Radojic tools the block. Dockery will send it close to the scorer's table. Irish trying to fight through a Clemson attempt. Great dig by Monson. Radojic, it's through the block. And the Tigers within 2.
And we're being treated to some unbelievable rallies here today, Jake, aren't we? And another one there, Notre Dame reaching over the scorer's table right by us down here at courtside and keeping that point alive. But Clemson with the kill, and now 15 for Radojic.
Palazzolo has an attacking error. Clemson within one. You gotta win by 2. Armbruster. Had the support of a well-traveled Clemson section. Notre Dame home crowd will erupt with a service error. The Irish sweep the Clemson Tigers and move to 2-2 in the ACC.